Mariah Carey, I think, said, "You and only you can do the stupid, crazy, freaky shit you do." And that is my way of announcing we're going to be doing what's called the Boomer Roundup. I'm here in the bathroom of this homeless shelter charging my phone. But now seems like the best time to just go ahead and do the Boomer Roundup. Take a look at where we are, what's probably going to happen. First up, me. We don't know what the hell's wrong with me, but I'm physically not well. And I've been advised to just take it easy. After 626 days homeless, it just happens. I can't just keep running around trying to get back to work for a lot of reasons. One, I'm physically unwell, but also we gotta wait on that California driver's license. It's gonna take a long time. There is no just getting back to work tomorrow anymore. We have to understand when Josh Eves in Colorado, when I was clocking out, going back to his house, and he was like, I'm gonna have someone over. You can't be here. I just decided because I can. How much that decision really did cost me everything I worked for. And he's alive, and we never burned his house down. And the man of my dreams is a homeless U.S. veteran somewhere else. But the one thing I can do is make content all day long, nonstop, that will last forever. So let's get excited. I charged my phone and I got most of a full charge, so let's just get excited at the full charge. First up on the Boomer Roundup, our queen mother, mine, Rita K. Rita K today. Rita K today, safe to say, doesn't know who Jesus Christ is. I feel like Thelma at the end of Scooby-Doo. Crazy how, like, when you get divorced, one thing leads to another, and then you get divorced again in Saudi Arabia, leading to our other boomer on the Boomer Roundup, Richard Peckus, the Saudi Arabian arms dealer. Now, it's crazy, but true, I think, how this is like such a convoluted, weird Scooby-Doo at the end of the show story. Rita says, back in 2015, when she could remember, she said the way that she met Richard was she was at a street festival, like this street, but in Saudi Arabia. And she was all wrapped up in black, but like all up to her eyeballs. And Richard walked by her 3 times and was like, I ain't taking no for an answer. I'm in love with this little lady and I gotta have her right now. Why do you think that is? Probably because a Saudi Arabian weapons arms dealer, boomer, named Richard, already knew he was in love. He was in love with who she was because she got divorced in Saudi Arabia. She was a multiple home owner of homes in America, and she already had a son that was homeless or about to be. Clearly, I think Richard did some research on how shitty Tom Acosta was. And, you know, I think that, like, he knew nobody else loves her. I'm in love. I'm in love so much. We're going to have so much fun on the coast of the Mediterranean. Scary, huh? Scary how, like, you shouldn't trust boomers in Saudi Arabia. But my mom did, and now we're going to have to hope for the best. We're going to have to hold on to our faith, struggle and pray, and hope that it all comes back to mom like it did for Celine Dion. We're going to hope that she can remember who Jesus Christ is. We're going to hope that she can remember who Michael Jackson and John Benet Ramsey are. And we're going to have to remember or hope that she can remember who Tom Acosta is and that child molestation is wrong and that I'm her firstborn son and that I've been saying this shit forever. We're going to hope for the best for Rita K. But we're also going to have the likely expectation that she's already sunk below the Titanic. But we're hoping for the best. We are. I have said before There's only two places I have designated that are appropriate for my mother to spend the rest of her life. At Notre Dame in Paris, or at Motel 6 in Mongolia. And at both places, here's what she can do. Pray. Non-stop. All of the time. That is nothing wrong, because Granny was already doing that, working a full-time job and checking the weather in all the states her boomer kids had kids. It's nothing wrong for my mom to be praying non-stop. It's what the queen mother of a family should be doing. She should be praying for people like Thomas Lyle, her nieces, incarcerated first husband and father of her kids. She should be praying for me. She should be praying for Drew. She should be praying for her sister, for her brother, for everyone, all of the time. It would be the best thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Paris and Mongolia, and she could be like at Notre Dame. She could be just in the courtyard. Maybe she'd be on the inside. Maybe my mom, everything will come back to her like it did for Celine Dion so much that she can help the boomers repair what we already fixed and made over 1,000 years ago. And the boomers are just like, we're stumped. And maybe my mom can be the genius that figures out how to fix Notre Dame. Seriously, it could be a goal for her. But in Motel 6 in Mongolia, she could do all the same things. She could be praying all the time. Maybe one week she's in the downstairs of Motel 6 in Mongolia. And then maybe one week she's back upstairs at the motel. She never leaves that Motel 6. We got Grubhub. I'll come visit her. Drew will come visit her. She won't be lonely. She'll have Mongolian friends and she'll be praying. She'll be like a missionary. And, you know, we put her back downstairs. She'll be closer to the pool. There's all kinds of things my mom could be doing at Motel 6 in Mongolia. But at Notre Dame or Motel 6 in Mongolia, even on windy days, it's too far away for the WVU Medicine chopper to even try. Let that sink in. As for Richard, nobody's hoping for you. Next boomer. Next boomer gets to be the atomic bomb. Known as Tom Acosta. The one wreaking havoc all over West Virginia and like so many other places. Up to the Brandywine Valley. Which I think kind of wants this to happen because they're obsessed about shitty behavior. You can Google Andy Wyeth and the Helga pictures. This 25-year-old blown out vagina picture I've got, they're like, they can't wait. They're shitty people. There's a lot of crack up there. Whitney Houston knows. It's gonna be shitty, but they're like, we can't wait. These are the people that literally were okay with Tom Acosta trying to sell a painting of my soul for $8,000. They're shitty people. They're shitty, snobby art people. They're not gonna help. The worse it gets, the more like legendary they think they become. Don't count on Pennsylvania to be like any boomers up there are gonna help. They're not. Okay? But Tom Acosta is the one who hopped on a 7-year-old like a used dirt bike. And every single boomer in McDowell County is apparently 100% completely fine. The fact that this has been going on for over a year. So let's get on to some other boomers. Behind me is a mural. Isn't it beautiful? With this rabid beaver and this graffiti and everything. No, it isn't. It's pretty fucked up looking, isn't it? But guess what? Everything Tom Acosta ever did is more fucked up looking than this because he's a child molester. He's all over West Virginia. He painted the largest mural in the state. Leading me to another boomer, Harold McBride. You completely failed, Harold McBride, when I tried to call multiple times and demonstrate. Why don't we care? Why don't we care about the reputation of Welch together? You couldn't even call me back. You're divorced. One thing leads to another. What a surprise. Shitty boomer, Harold McBride. Look at this other mural with like a peacock and shit all over it. Still more beautiful than other murals. Guess what? There's another boomer. Cecil Patterson gets to become famous because he's the boomer that said, when I tried to tell him my dad's a child molester, he's the boomer in charge, the top boomer available in McDowell County. He's the one who said, I'm so sorry to hear about this, Nathan. Have you contacted the authorities? He fucking is one! Newsflash, he is. He's still in charge. Right now. For now, he is. I would get t-shirts made here, Cecil. I would get t-shirts, make them all in XXL, so the boomers can, be like Fergie and get off to the gym and work on their fitness and hope to fit in on by Christmas or the Veterans Day Parade this year. And they can all say, I'm so sorry to hear about this, Nathan. Have you contacted the authorities? Cecil Patterson. Yeah, get excited. You boomers, you gotta have to fit in to XXL. You're just gonna have to make it work. And the proceeds from these t-shirts, of course, can go to the town of Raynell for its Run for the Wall Vietnam Veterans Project. It was never canceled, where we have over 500 veterans of the Vietnam War dying every single day. And I have said that like 1,500 times. And we're just gonna keep saying it. It's awful, it's a crisis of like multiple dimensions all of the time. Tom Acosta is a raging fire, an atomic bomb, completely unresolved. Oh. This little sign here says wet paint. It ain't wet. This is probably a boomer project. We got so many other boomers and we don't really have time for it all in this boomer roundup. But let's just go through some names. Divorce attorney Sarah Stevens, #1 chief politician of America's #1 hometown, Mount Airy, North Carolina. Inspiration behind the Andy Griffith Show and the old millennium and the new millennium. We got divorce attorney Sarah Stevens, who's so large she looks like Governor Jim Justice, but she is at least not governing with her dog's butthole. She just has one for a face. That is the face of Mount Airy. And it just turns out that Tom Acosta's sister's like best friends with her. So that's another boomer where she ain't got no reason to smile. At all. Ever. Again. I'm referring to the creature known as Maddie Fang. Donna Acosta plays backup. Aunt Jeannie is the good boomer. But for Maddie Fang. Clearly. Some other boomers that are going to be part of this boomer roundup. Todd Fry. Why not? Of course. All the time. The Grand Mason. And in my hometown, who knew of my existence before I was even born. He's a Grand Mason, which means, even for boomers, that's supposed to mean you're supposed to care about the community and do what's right. Like an Eagle Scout, but like times 10. Even for a boomer. We put the best boomers we got as Grand Masons. And he became the stupidest one there ever has been in the Milky Way galaxy. Because when my father became a child molester, I went to Todd Fry. And I was like, Todd Fry, I'm expecting you to say the words. Nathan, you're not alone. I'll see to it that things get better in some way. This is awful news. How tragic. You poor thing. We are going to make sure we are stronger together. Like we voted for Hillary Clinton. He never did shit. He never did any of that. So now he's got to survive this video and other videos that will never, ever stop. I think we've had it for our boomer roundup. There are many other boomers out there. There are 76.4 million boomers in America. Pretty much 76 million of them are a burden to America. They're still here. These motherfuckers are going to do jumping jacks every single day until they drop dead. Clearly, we have a 7-year-old boy surviving Tom Acosta, and all the boomers I mentioned are responsible. And they're going to deal with it until they just deal with it in the afterlife.
Smoke them out of their holes. We're going to smoke them out. Smoke them. We'll smoke them out of their holes. We're going to smoke them out. Smoke them.
We're going to smoke them out of their holes.